to have contact. I'm not sure if the judge has received it. Has the judge?
I don't have anything in my file, but I think we would have given it to Mr. King. Mr. King, have you had contact with the victim in this matter?
I have not, nor do I have a letter in my file.
Well, Mr. Bowditch, can you have Mr. Stone give Ms. Sukritz your number, and then you can pass that along to Mr. King, and then
And Mr. Bowditch,
then,
if you're able to pass that along to me, we could modify by stipulation.
yeah, okay.
All right,
So-
I'll explain that. I'll explain that to Mr. Stone.
Thank you.
All right, so he's gonna call you, Mr. Stone, when we're done with the docket today. Then have Ms. Sukritz reach out to him, and we'll have Mr. King, and then they can stipulate to modifying the bond, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, otherwise it continues until then, and we'll see you on November the 10th, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set. I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Mr. Wiley, Mr. Bowditch. Mr. King, is there an offer on Mr. Wiley's case?
Your Honor, after speaking with the complaining witness, I'd make the following offer on Mr. Wiley's case. The defendant can take an amended charge of disturbing the peace under HIDA with a 6-month stipulated probationary period, and the only condition of that probation will be that he completes an anger management class.
And that's a $400 in cost, Mr. Bowditch. I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Mr. Wiley, okay?
How much in cost again, Your Honor? I apologize.
$400.
Thank you.
Mr. Wiley,
Yes,
I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Mr. Bowditch. Where are you? There you are. I want you to hit join,
all right.
all right? And Mr. Natman, People versus Justin Sabuda. Mr. Natman, you're muted.
Yes, I do need to speak to Mr. King briefly.
And I just sent him into that breakout room, and
No,
I
you
knew it
didn't.
right
I'm
when
still
I
here.
did it, and I didn't create multiple breakout rooms because they were all expiring. Give me just a few, hang out for just a few minutes, and I'll put you in a breakout room. And then Miss Gray, your client is jumping on right now.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So let me go ahead and call that. Mr. King on People versus Walter Butler.
Yes, Your Honor, Larry King on behalf of the people, P78774.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. May it please this honorable court, Sina Cobra Gray appearing on behalf of Mr. Walter Butler, who is present, Your Honor, via Zoom.
Yeah, and Mr. Butler, can you hear us?
Now I can.
Okay, perfect. What is there an offer on this case, Mr. King?
Your Honor, the victim has reached out to me in this case and is extremely adamant that she does not wish to move forward. We very rarely do this. However, I see that she's on today's call. So long as she's willing to state on the record of the court today that that is her wish not to move forward, she does not.
Is that Miss Cannon?
Yes, that's me.
So as long as she's willing to state on the record of the court today, that is her desire. She's not being pressured by anyone and she does not feel threatened. If she were to state that on the record of the court, I would move for it.
Thank you, Mr. King.
And Miss Cannon, is it your wish to dismiss this case?
Yes, it's my wish to dismiss.
And
it.
is anybody threatening you or promising you to get you to drop it?
No.
Okay. Any other questions, Mr. King?
No, with that being said, based on the representations of the complaining witness, the people would move to dismiss in the interest of justice.
Thank you, Mr.
All right, Miss Gray, and Mr. Butler, the case is dismissed. All right,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome. You're all set. You're all set, Miss Cannon. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Should I
Thank
prepare
you.
order of dismissal? I'm not
You
sure
don't
how.
have to. I just made the notation, and we're gonna do it. We'll do it paperless.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
You too.
Oh. See how I do this. I don't even know how to do this thing.
Good morning again, Miss Patton. You're back. Did you have another case, Miss Patton?
No, Miss Greer just called me. I guess she has a case that is a bond hearing that she thought the court might be ready for right now. and
Well,
she's-
actually, yeah, they haven't called in yet, but I think they're going to. That's correct. It's on the last name is Kimball, James Kimball.
Okay,
And when we get a minute, I'll let you got one case in front of you with Mr. Natman. I'll let you go into a breakout room to Mr. King to talk about what, because it's his motion to revoke the bond.
okay,
So
I'll hang tight.
just hang out for a few minutes. I'm just waiting for Mr. Bowditch to come back. Can't do it. I didn't do multiple breakout rooms. I should learn.
If you want, I can call Larry on the phone too.
Either way, I mean, he's got to do a breakout room with Mr. Natman, I think. And so it's, well, and I don't have anybody else waiting right this second. So I just
Okay.
have to do the two cases that I have sitting here, Sabuda and Wiley. And then we've got a break and we're waiting on the jail.
Okay, I'll wait. Maybe Miss Greer will be done. She's at the hospital with her mom, so.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Hang
Will
out just a
stay-
minute.
Just so the court's aware, I have an emergency bond motion at Third Circuit at 1 o'clock that I will need to be logging on.
Yeah, we
for.
should be done by then.
I
Or
could call,
virtually
call Mr.
done. Can
King.
I say that? Virtually?
I can call Mr. King on his cell phone right now.
No, they're jumping out. We're good. I appreciate it, Mr. Natman, but we're good. They literally have less than a minute and then I'll put you in a breakout. Hey, Mr. King, I'm looking at, although if we don't need it today, December 1st as an all-day bench trials exams for domestics.
Let me take a look. I think you would be. the
December
first-
1st, I said.
Yeah, I think you'd be the first court to set stuff for me in December.
Yeah, I'm not proud of that.
It is currently open on my calendar.
Well, let's see if we have to set anything else today. That may be my projection next week, if you still are on, if you know what I mean, because
Yeah.
I think we won't get by. I think we're stocked up on felony exams and now
Well, you
bench
might wanna
trials.
grab- You know, you might want to grab my time while you can, because Third Circuit's setting stuff.
Yeah,
all
why
over.
don't you X that day off for
I'll set
bench
that
trials
day
and felonies?
aside
'Cause
for Judge Green. How about
yeah,
that?
if you do it December 1st, then I'll slot it off and then that means that we should be good next week.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put this on my calendar right now
Perfect.
to hold this day open for Romulus
Mr.
matters.
Bowditch, on behalf of Mr. Wiley, People versus Hakeem Wiley.
Your Honor,
Your
we're
Honor.
acting on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of and with Mr. Wiley. Your Honor, Mr. Wiley wishes to take the mercy of the prosecutor. He's
That
gonna
was
plead
to a
guilty to an
disorderly,
attitude.
that was to a disorderly, correct?
It'd be
Yes,
amended
Your
for
Honor, and I believe
discharge,
he's-
yes.
I believe he's height eligible.
And people move for height at
For 1 year,
6 months.
6 months. Upon successful completion of the 6-month period, payment of the $400 in cost is the no contact continued.
Your Honor, the complaining witness is here. We can have her address that. It's my understanding that she doesn't really wish to see this case move forward, so I would assume that she's going to be okay with contact. The only request that I have is during that 6-month probationary period, you do batterers counsel, or sorry, anger management.
Proof of anger management.
And Miss Jordan just activated her camera and microphone.
Yeah, Miss Jordan, you're on, is that what you're in agreement with?
Honestly, I would not like no contact. I still talk to him. Like, that's
No, I'm
my
asking
baby.
you,
Like,
no. I'm asking
Like-
you to, in the first place, I would advise you not to say that you've been having contact when there's a court order that says you can't. So it's okay, but
Oh.
I'm just, let's get with the fact that you want to amend the order from the court to remove the no contact. Is that correct?
yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna make it no assaultive behavior. Mr. Wiley, do you know what that means?
No, can you explain?
No assaultive behavior means no pushing, no shoving. You can have contact with her. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm gonna have you do anger management classes, and you're gonna plead to an added count of disorderly. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and it's gonna be a deferred sentence for 6 months upon payment of $400 in cost. No other trouble and proof of anger management classes that our probation department will supply to you. It's a non-reporting probation. This case will be dismissed. Oh, count 2's dismissed also, right? That malicious destruction.
Yes.
Count 2 is dismissed. And is that what you want to do, Mr. Wiley?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it true on August the 3rd of this year, you were in the city of Romulus and you were acting in a disorderly manner?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll accept your plea. I'll dismiss the other charge, assess the costs. And if there's nothing else for the record, oh, we have your email. We actually have your email and your phone number. So they will probation to contact regarding referral for anger management. So they'll be in contact with you regarding the referral for anger management, do those things, and to make a payment plan. Can you pay $50 a month?
Yes, ma'am.
Make the payments, no trouble. Bring proof of the error, send us proof of the anger management, and the case will be dismissed. I'll amend it to a no assaultive behavior, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Is everybody good with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your
Yeah,
Honor.
I have a question.
Sure.
With that being said, would this be like on his record? Would it be?
It's gonna be dismissed in 6 months,
Okay,
okay?
okay,
All right, as long as he does what he's supposed to do.
Thank you, everyone.
okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, have a great day. Now,
too.
Mr. Knappman, on behalf of Mr. Sabuda, do you want me to put you in a breakout room with Mr. King?
Please.
Okay, then let me do that first. And Miss Patton, while we're sitting here, I see that the jail is in the, go ahead and hit join, gentlemen. I see that the jail is online. I'm gonna let them in. Do you want me to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Kimball and then you can talk to Mr. King afterwards? Does that work?
Yes,
If they
Yes,
have, if
please.
they have him. Good morning.
Your Honor, ma'am, Kimball's en route right now.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And I have his attorney on, ready to talk to him. Perfect. Thank you.
Go ahead
Yeah,
and put us
thank-
in the side room, and as soon as he gets here, I'll have him on camera.
Perfect. Thank you.
Call the breakout room.
I've changed things around here. Here, kick that over this way. I'm not supposed to have these. Nope.
sure where they are.
Oh, I'm gonna bring you this one.
Jets.
Nope, baby Romanos.
And those are all classified.
These, not this one.
Okay.
I don't have these.
On the Galaxy 2, ma'am, what's your last name?
Yeah, I'll do this one. That's okay.
Galaxy J2, ma'am, what's your last name?
Forgot, I'm sorry.
No problem. And then you just wanna go back and give that one from the.
Yeah. She's probably agitated right now because she keeps asking for somebody to loan her money. She's probably not trustworthy. She keeps saying, I'll pay him back.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, she don't look like it.
So.
But she's like, what? Like,
Speaking of
just
so what, you
shut
guys
up.
watch, I got one inmate coming down here. I'll be right back.
What is this? Just feeling like you don't got nothing else to do.
Right. I think
Nothing
this
else
was
to do.
wonder, what, who cares?
Right, you don't have
You don't have anywhere to go. Just do it.
Color or do something. Make a dark shade or something, but she like, why? That's why you're not getting out. Heck no, she looked like trouble, actually.
Your Honor, Mr. Knappman and I are back on the Sabuda matter.
Sorry, I'm good. What was your question?
No, Mr. Knappman and I are back on the Sabuda matter. I
Okay,
think we're-
Mr. Knappman, do you need a breakout with Mr. Sabuda or are we just ready?
We're just ready. I can fill him in.
Okay, People versus Justin Sabuda.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Larry King on behalf of the people. P787.
And John Knappman on behalf of Justin Sabuda, he is here on this Zoom call, and for purposes of this hearing, we'd waive an in-court appearance. Is that true, Mr. Sabuda?
Yes.
Your
Go
Honor,
ahead.
I've spoken with Mr. Knappman, relayed the offer to him. He's requesting that I make contact with the complaining witness and speak with her about the case. He's going to speak with his client about the offer, and hopefully we can circle back here at an adjourned pretrial and have a resolution.
Well, what I'm gonna do at this point, regardless, Mr. Knappman, I don't know if your client has expressed, any comments to you about the victim or the victim's family, but I am, good friends with the family. I held the case until now. Mr. Sabuda actually had historically been in a treatment court with me. If it does not, I'm going to adjourn it to the November 19th pretrial date with Judge Oakley, but I'm also going to make a notation that if it's not resolved one way or another at that pretrial, Judge Oakley has to keep this case. I'm not comfortable sitting with it with, I think I'm biased with my relationship with the family all the way around. I'm not comfortable if this becomes a bench trial to sit on
Okay.
it.
Well,
Thank
my
you for your
client's
candor.
expressed that he thinks he has confidence that you could be fair, but obviously you
Well,
know.
okay, I won't put that on the file at the moment. Regardless, the next pretrial date is with Judge Oakley anyway. I mean, that's just the way that
okay.
it's going. I won't make that notation. I won't make that assessment yet. But it is the next pretrial date is with Judge Oakley anyway on November the 19th. And we,
November-
Mr. Sabuda, we have your email and your cell. So
Okay.
I'm going to adjourn the pretrial to November the 19th. They'll send you a notice about what time with Judge
Okay.
Oakley. And then you, hopefully you can resolve it then anyway. Okay?
All right, thank you, Judge.
Perfect. All right. Thank you very much. You have a great day.
You too.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep. And then on the Galaxy J2, ma'am, what case are you on? Can you hear me? Nope. And we're waiting on the jail on Mr. Kimball. They said it would just be a minute, and that was more than a minute ago.
Okay, Judge.
Ma'am, can you hear me now? You're a little bit on the Galaxy J2. What case are you on? No such luck.
Okay, stepping away for a second, Judge.
Pardon?
I said I'm stepping away for just a second.
Okay, fine. That'll probably make the defendant jump on right the second that you step away, so I'm good with that. Carrie G, what case are you on?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
My name is Andrew Williams.
I didn't think you were Carrie, but
Yeah.
you could be.
Yes.
Last name Williams, Andrew?
Yes.
Mr. Bowditch, your case. Hang on, let me pull the file. Hang on.
Yes, sir. This is Wyandotte, or 34th. This is for what? This is for your case you missed when you were in the hospital.
Okay, I have your file, Mr. Williams. Oh, Mr. Kimball. All right. I know that I just said that the second that your attorney stepped off for 1 minute that you would appear. So I was right. That's the way my life is going. Mr. Kimball, I've got an MIDC attorney, Miss Patton, that's going to jump on and talk to you in just a minute. There is a motion to revoke your bond that's been filed by the prosecutor's office. So we're going to hear that motion. Mr. King, do you want an opportunity, or did you speak to Miss Patton yet or no?
I have not spoken with Ms. Patton yet.
Okay, well, let's do, while we're waiting for Miss Patton for 1 minute, let's jump and do Mr. Williams' case first. People versus Andrew Williams, on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Larry King on behalf of the people, P78774.
And Mr. Bowditch is here on behalf of Mr. Williams. You gotta unmute yourself, Mr. Bowditch. And then we also have Mr. Williams on this call. Is there an offer on behalf of the prosecution on this case?
Your Honor, the offer will be to plea as charged to domestic violence under 769 for a diversion for a period of 12 months with probation to include the completion of bad earth classes and continued no contact with the complaining witness. I am a little concerned, Your Honor. Our victim, Carrie, C-A-R-R-I-E.
Is on, yeah, he's on her phone. That's not
He's
lost
on her
on me. You're not
phone.
supposed to be having contact
I'm
with
very
Miss.
concerned.
You're not supposed to be having contact with her, Mr. Williams.
Well, due to the COVID-19, I followed it, but after a time, we worked everything out and we decided to,
But
stay
I don't
together.
want you, you know what? Please stop. Is the victim there?
Yes.
Mr. King, can I put you and Mr. Bowditch in a breakout room with Mr. Williams and put Miss Carrie on also?
You can.
Let's try that. All right.
Mr. Bowditch knows what I'm gonna do. But
Well,
go ahead.
just let me.
Go ahead.
I'm going to go ahead and let you do it. Oh, yeah. All right. Mr. Williams, hit join. Miss Patton, I told
Yes,
you that the
Judge.
second that you left that we would get Mr. Kimball, and we do. So I'm going to put you in a breakout room with him first, and then then you can talk to Mr. King, okay?
Yes, Judge.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Tanner, what time is your case at? I see it at 12:50. You have the one person in front of you, and I'll have Mr. Bowditch talk to you, okay?
Okay.
So just hang out.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. King.
Mr. Bowditch and I talked. Now he's talking to his client.
Okay, perfect. And I have Steve Robinson on. I'm gonna let him in. I don't know if his clients are with them.
Have an odd number calling me. Bear with me. I'm gonna.
Hello? That's it. Oh.
Mr. Robinson, do you have both of your clients with you?
I do, Judge.
So you have Mason and Williams, correct?
That's correct, Judge.
Mr. King, are you on the phone or are you gotta unmute yourself?
That was a call related to my 1 o'clock emergency motion with the Third Circuit with Judge Hood.
Are you good or no?
Well, I let him know that I was on the record with Your Honor, so we'll have to talk.
We'll get it. Let me do this one. People versus Richard Mason.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. For the record, Steve Robinson appearing on behalf of Richard Mason, who's sitting to my right.
Your Honor, Larry King on behalf of the people, P78774.
And is there an offer on this matter, Mr. King?
Let me grab the file, Your Honor.
And Mr. Robinson's on Mason and Jason Williams.
You're all right. Bear with me, Your Honor. I'm grabbing this. I'm looking through this. Is our complaining witness by chance the person online right now? Would this Galaxy S J2 be our?
I'm not sure. Let's see. Linda Underwood, is that you on the Galaxy J2?
Yes.
Hello?
Oh, they're trying to figure out who that is.
Yes, Miss Underwood?
You know, that was my assumption, given the description, the physical description I have of the complaining witness and.
Oh, yeah,
having
you
seen
had,
that
okay.
person earlier. Bear with me. I wanted to check the notes from my victim's advocate on this
That's
matter.
fine.
So, Your Honor, in this case, the people would offer a plea under 7694A if the defendant was willing to plea under 7694A with a 12-month probationary term and completion of batterer's counseling. The case would then be taken, off of his criminal record pursuant to statute.
And then costs in the amount of $400. Mr. Robinson, with that offer, what does your client want to do?
Your Honor, at this point, with the court and Mr. King's indulgence, I haven't had a chance to look at anything, so.
Well, why don't we see, oh, go ahead. What were you going to say?
So, Judge, I was going to kind of kill two birds with one stone on both of these matters. If we could get an adjournment and I could get some discovery, I would greatly appreciate that.
Mr. Robinson, can you please put your discovery request in an email to me? Given COVID and the fact that I'm, working from several different locations and not always in the office, I live on my email. So if you can just send the email to lking@waynecounty.com, I'll flag that and I'll run discovery on these as quickly as possible.
Is Wayne County spelled out?
They do spell that out, and it's a .com. It's in the bar directory as well.
Okay,
I'll adjourn both of these to November the 19th. What I want you to do, Mr. Robinson, is when we hang up, I want you to email Heather with a cell phone number and an email for both. Hang on. That's Heather. I say her name and she calls me. She drives me nuts.
What was the other file we're talking about? I apologize. This is Mr. Robinson. You have
Jason Williams.
Williams. Thank you.
Misunderstanding.
I don't have an email and I can't do anything like this because of my blindness.
Actually, she just reminded me that Judge Oakley can't hear these cases. So what I'm gonna do is give you a pre-trial. You still have to email Heather with cell phone numbers and emails for both of your clients. I'm gonna put these both on a pre-trial, Mr. King, on the November 10th date.
Very good, Your Honor.
And Judge, what time is that?
I'm gonna look and tell you, because we got a bunch of live stuff. Why don't we do them both right at 9 o'clock?
Okay.
Very well, Your Honor.
Mr.
By
King,
Zoom at 9 a.m. And Mr. Robinson, that's Williams and Mason. And Mr. Robinson, you're going to email Heather
Yes, Judge.
that contact information so that we can put it out for your clients. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're all set.
Thanks. Good seeing you again, Mr. King.
Good seeing you as well. I'll look for that email from you. I'll get you
Okay,
that
take care.
discovery. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Heather, let me know if you don't hear from Mr. Robinson. We'll have to remind him.
Mr. King, Mr. Williams wishes to take the mercy of the prosecutor.
Aye. Very
And
well,
then-
thank you.
Then I imagine on the Galaxy J2, can you hear us now? Ma'am? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call People versus Andrew Williams. Mr. Bowditch.
Ready, Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of with Mr. Williams.
And what was the offer, Mr. King?
Your Honor, it's a 7694A plea with 12 months probation, batterers classes, and I'll leave the matter of contact to the discretion of the court.
Did you have conversation with the victim?
I felt it better not to limit my conversation since the defendant was there with his attorney. So, I would leave that to the court.
Do you understand, Mr. Williams, by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form?
Yes,
And is it true that on March the 11th of this year, you were involved in a situation where you assaulted the victim in this matter? Miss Grant? Push, shoved, unconsented touching?
yes,
I'll accept the plea. I'll defer it under 7694A for a period of 12 months to pay $400 in costs. Is she standing there? Let me talk to her.
she just went outside.
Well, go get her. If you want me to lift the no contact, I want to see her.
Okay, let me call her. Hold on.
In the meantime, Miss Patton, did you need to talk to Mr. King about Mr. Kimball's case, or do we just want to call it?
I think we can probably just go ahead and call it unless, Mr. King, do you think we need to speak?
Are you in receipt of a copy of my motion?
No, you did a written motion.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a written motion.
Okay, I need to see that.
Let me email that to you right now.
Okay.
Good morning, Miss Grant. There was a no contact order in this matter. Are you asking for that no contact order to be lifted?
Yes, please.
And is anybody promising you or threatening you to get this request?
No.
Okay, I take it, are you guys living together?
Yeah.
Have there been any other problems since March of this year?
No, because he just recently came back. Like, he hasn't been here the whole time. Like, it's been like maybe a month or two now. He hasn't been here the whole time.
Okay, but are you're comfortable with that situation though?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
know that I'm gonna order him to do batterers counseling. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and do you understand that if you have any problems at all, I want you to reach out to the probation department and we'll violate his probation, is deferred. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and do you have any questions?
No,
Do you have any other comments before I take the plea from him?
no, ma'am.
Okay, all right, Mr. Williams. I'll amend it to a no assaultive behavior, and you've got to do the batterers counseling. I'm gonna go off the live stream to get your contact information, okay? Anything else
Okay.
for the record?
No, Your Honor.